They laughed at you. They doubted you. They whispered behind your back, waiting for you to fall, waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to confirm every pathetic little assumption they made about you. They called you weak. They called you lost. And maybe, just maybe, you let them be right. Maybe you let the weight of their words sink into your bones. Maybe you let yourself crumble under the pressure. Maybe you let weakness crawl inside you, poisoning your mind, suffocating your fire, convincing you that they were right. But that ends now. Because today, right now, you rise. And when you do, they will watch in fear. They will see the thing they never saw coming. The fire they thought had died out now burns hotter than ever. The version of you they buried under their doubts, their ridicule, their smug little laughs, that version of you is gone. What stands in its place is something they won't recognize. Something ruthless. Something unstoppable. Something they'll wish they had never underestimated. And you know what? They should be afraid. Because this is not some half-hearted comeback. This is not a temporary surge of motivation. This is a reckoning. Every second you wasted in self-doubt, every moment you let their words hold you back, it all ends now. They thought you would stay down. They thought you were broken beyond repair. But they forgot one thing. Pain doesn't break warriors. It builds them, so let them watch. Let them stare as you rise from the ashes of their expectations. Let them witness the version of you they never thought possible. No more hesitation. No more apologies. No more waiting for permission. You are done seeking approval. Done explaining yourself. Done shrinking to make others comfortable. The only thing left now, the only thing that matters, is the war inside of you. And you either fight or you stay weak. You either rise or you rot in mediocrity. There is no middle ground. There is no in between. There is only the battlefield. And whether or not you have the will to conquer it, they counted you out. But now they tremble. No one is coming. No one cares. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you take control. You've been waiting for someone to notice your struggle, waiting for someone to pull you out of the pit you dug yourself into. But here's the brutal truth. No one is losing sleep over your pain. No one is staying up at night wondering how to fix your life. They have their own problems, their own battles, their own lives. And you're just another name, another face, another forgettable soul sinking into the background, unless you do something about it. But that's the problem, isn't it? You've spent so much time looking for a hand to hold, so much time crying out for help, so much time begging for relief instead of doing what needs to be done. And that's why you're stuck. That's why you're losing. Because you still think someone owes you something. You still think the world should care. You still think there's a way out that doesn't require war. But there isn't. No one is coming to save you. No mentor, no friend, no family member is going to carry you to greatness. No one is going to push you when you don't feel like moving. No one is going to force you to level up. You are alone in this. And that is your greatest power. Because the moment you stop waiting, the moment you stop looking for validation, for support, for some imaginary savior, that is the moment you become truly dangerous. Because now, everything is on you. Your pain, your responsibility, your failures, your fault, your lack of discipline, your excuses, your half-assed efforts. You own every piece of it. And once you own it, you can destroy it. Once you take responsibility for the weakness that lives inside you, you can kill it. But as long as you keep pretending, as long as you keep blaming, as long as you keep playing the victim, you will stay exactly where you are stuck, forgotten and weak. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep waiting? Keep crying? Keep hoping that someday someone will pull you out of this? Or are you going to rise, take the hits, and become something no one can ignore? Because no one is coming. And that's exactly why you need to get up and go to war. Look at yourself. Look at what you've allowed yourself to become. Soft, hesitant, addicted to comfort. You talk about wanting to change, but when it's time to act, you hesitate. When it's time to suffer, you retreat. When it's time to go to war, you run. You know it's true. You felt it. That sickening weakness inside you, whispering excuses, feeding you lies, convincing you that you'll change tomorrow. But tomorrow never comes, does it? Because every time the moment arrives, the moment to push past pain, to do what's necessary to kill the version of you that's holding you back, you flinch. You fold. You fail yourself. And here's the truth, that weakness, it owns you. Every time you hit snooze instead of getting up. Every time you skip the work you said you'd do. Every time you let fear decide for you, you are proving them right, proving that you are nothing. Is that who you are? A quitter? A coward? Someone who talks big but never follows through? Because that's what they believe. That's what they're expecting. They're counting on you to stay weak, to stay small, to stay exactly where you are. And if that thought doesn't set your blood on fire, then you're already dead. If the idea of living your entire life as a shadow, as a nobody, if that doesn't make you sick, then stop listening now. Walk away. Keep lying to yourself. Keep pretending that you'll change one day. But if you're still here, if you're still listening, if something inside of you is screaming, then this is your moment. Right here, right now, to kill your weakness or let it kill you. Because there is no in between. You either destroy the weakness inside you, or you let it control you forever. You either rise or you rot. So which is it? You are not broken. You are not weak. You are forged in suffering, sharpened by pain. Every scar, every failure, every moment you thought you wouldn't survive, it wasn't meant to break you. It was meant to build you. But you've been running from it, hiding, flinching every time life hits back. And that's why you're stuck. That's why you haven't become what you were meant to be. Because you still fear pain. You still think struggle is something to be avoided. But warriors don't run from pain, they chase it. Pain is your weapon. Pain is your advantage. Every time life tries to break you, every time it pushes you to your limits, it is handing you power. Because suffering isn't the enemy, weakness is. And suffering is the fire that burns weakness away. So stop running, embrace it. Hunt it down. Wake up every morning and find something that hurts. Find something that pushes you. Something that forces you to face the part of yourself that still wants to quit. Do it until pain no longer scares you. Do it until discipline takes over. Do it until suffering becomes your fuel. Because when you reach that point, when you stop needing motivation, when you stop waiting to feel ready, when you stop seeking an easy way out, you become something else. You become something no one can stop. You become the person they never saw coming. And when that happens, when you finally flip that switch, nothing in this world will be able to break you ever again. You feel it now, don't you? That fire inside you, that rage, that hunger. It's been there all along, buried beneath your excuses, suffocated by your own hesitation. But now it's awake. Now it's unstoppable. This is the moment, the turning point. The second you decide, really decide, that there is no going back. No more half measures. No more empty promises to yourself. Because you see it now, clear as day, you are the weapon. Not your circumstances. Not your past. Not the people who doubted you. You are the one who decides what happens next. You are the one who either fights or folds. And if you have even an ounce of fight left in you, then you already know there is only one way forward. No more waiting. No more hesitation. No more looking for the easy way out. You take this fire, this pain, this unrelenting drive, and you use it. You wake up earlier. You work harder. You push past exhaustion. You push past doubt. You push past every single thing that tries to slow you down. Because nothing is stronger than the force inside of you. This is what separates the weak from the unstoppable. The weak let pain control them. The weak let fear dictate their lives. The weak settle for whatever life hands them. But you are different. You are something else entirely. And now they will see it. Now they will understand. Now they will witness what happens when a person decides to never be weak again. There is no stopping now. No retreat. No hesitation. The old you is dead, and what stands in its place is something relentless. Something unstoppable. You have become the force they never expected. Look around you. The world is filled with the weak, the hesitant, the ones who choose comfort over greatness. They live their lives waiting for the right time, the right conditions, the right feeling, and they will die waiting. But not you, because you understand what they don't. The right time is now. The right time is always now. There is no secret, no magic formula, no shortcut. It's work, it's pain, it's discipline when every fiber of your being begs you to stop. It's waking up every single day and doing what must be done, whether you feel like it or not. And that is why you will win. That is why you will dominate. Because while they sleep, you grind. While they make excuses, you push forward. While they watch from the sidelines, you are in the trenches, fighting, bleeding, and refusing to break. They don't see it yet. They don't understand what's coming. But they will. Because when you rise, when you unleash the version of yourself that knows no weakness, no fear, no doubt, the world will have no choice but to watch in awe or run in terror. This is it. The final step. The last threshold before you become untouchable. And once you cross it, there is no going back. There is no way out. No safety net. No turning back. You either step forward into the fire, or you stay exactly where you are, forgotten, wasted, nothing. This is the moment that defines you. The moment where everything you've been through, every ounce of pain, every failure, every doubt, every time they said you weren't enough, it all comes to an end. Because now you decide. Now you choose, rise or stay weak. But understand this, if you choose weakness, if you choose to stay the same, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Every time you see someone who refused to quit, someone who fought for what they wanted, someone who became something greater, you will feel it as sickness in your gut, a voice in your head whispering, that could have been you. But if you rise, if you finally kill the coward inside you, everything changes. You stop asking for life to be easier and start demanding more from yourself. You stop looking for a way around the pain and start marching straight through it. You stop waiting for permission and start taking what's yours. And once you do that, once you make that choice, nothing will ever break you again. The world can throw everything at you, and it won't matter. Because you will have already made the decision that most people are too afraid to make. To be unstoppable. To be ruthless. To be the one they never saw coming. So what's it going to be? Rise or stay weak?